Alright, this is how to make a social network with CodeIgniter. I'm your host, Rod Nelson. This is I'm just going to kind of go over how we're going to do this. Pretty much what my plan is I'm going to give you an intro to the video. This video I'm just kind of showing you what we're going to do. We will get into the setup on this one. There really isn't any recap to show because this is lesson number 1, but normally I'll quickly recap the lesson before. Maybe most of the time it's probably just going to show you where we were at as far as what the website looked like. Okay, then our next step is if there's any setup or configuration files we need to do, which is actually what this video is going to be on. Okay, then normally we would do anything we needed inside the controller first, and then we would go to our model and create any files, any programs we need inside the model, and then we would create our view. Now, I know before I had a lot of complaints about people complaining about that I take too much time going through the CSS and stuff like that. It's somewhat needed, but not necessarily. What I am going to do is when I do CSS on these web pages, I'm going to pretty much fly through the CSS, but I'm also going to show you, or put a button on the page so you can jump ahead to the display section. Which is our next step. We're going to do the display of the website and show it what it looks like after we're done with the code. And then I may give you a small introduction into what we're doing next time. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, because I had lost all my videos. If you watched my videos before, I'm sorry that you got to go through all this again. I will try and make these videos move a lot faster. I'm going to be using a little bit different coding than I did before, and hopefully I won't have the problems I had last time, and won't have to worry about the website getting hacked and my YouTube account getting hacked. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, before we get started on making a social network, there's some basic things you need to know. When I say the basics of CodeIgniter, I really just mean that you know what CodeIgniter is, you have it installed on your computer, you've got an editing program to edit it, just pretty much the basics. I mean, you know how to set up a function inside your controllers. If you don't know how to run the models and stuff, that's fine. I will show you how to do that. As far as PHP, I just want you guys to have a general understanding of PHP. If you don't have a general understanding, if you've never used PHP before, I really suggest you go out, you learn some PHP. Adam Corey, there's quite a few other people out on the web that can show you how to use basic PHP to make all sorts of stuff. As far as HTML, if you know how to do most of your tags in HTML, you know, things are going to be easy. You know, if you can do an ordered list, you can do text, you can do tables, stuff like that, you're going to understand my videos just fine. As far as the CSS, I'm going to explain anything that I do in CSS. If you don't want to watch the CSS in the videos, like I said before, you can skip over them. I'm going to put a button in to skip over them so that we won't have to worry about it. Okay, next, you need to know how an MCV or model control view works. I'm not going to sit and explain this. I really don't want to hold anybody's hand, so if you don't understand this, I suggest you go to the CodeIgniter website and start asking questions, maybe watch a few of the beginner videos and learn how to do. There's plenty of good videos linked right there on the website. The website's not as nice as I like it. The old website was much better, you know, but I'm not the programmer, so that's how things work. That's pretty much all I really expect. You know, if you can get past 3 of the 5 of this list, I think we're doing pretty good. Alright, so we're going to get started here. We're going to set up our configuration files for CodeIgniter. So from now on, I'm going to start inside the application directory unless we're going to be working in the main directory. Okay, so we're going to go into the application directory. We're going to open up config. First file we want to work with is autoload. Okay, so here we are in the autoload file. And we just need to change a few things in here. I've already changed them, so I'll show you. For our next lesson, we're going to need the database. And I don't know why I put it in there already. It's fine if it's in there. We're going to be using the URL in our helpers. And I believe that is everything I put in. Yep. Okay, now we're going to go and open our config.php file. Okay, inside our config.php, we're going to set our base URL. I've already got mine set here. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to go down here to the config index page. We're going to set this to index.php. That way that's what the first thing it's going to look for when it goes into a page. Site. Okay, so next one we need to go to is we're going to open up our routes.php. Okay, we're going to go into routes. The only thing we need to change in here for right now is we're going to set our default controller to index. The only reason we're doing that is I don't want to use welcome. I want to use the index controller. We'll be making that controller here in the next set. So for right now, this will work. We may end up doing it yet in this lesson. I'm not sure, depending on how everything looks when we're done. But that's pretty much all we need to set up at the moment. As we go through different sections, we'll be setting this up. Our next lesson will be for the login. We're just going to set up our standard login page. We're going to set up rules for checking the database against their name and password. We're going to create a link to the registration page, but we're not going to activate it. We're going to create a link to our excuse me, create a link to forgot password, and that is about it for the next lesson. And that's actually going to be it for this lesson. And I'm going to try and get the next lesson out within a week, maybe 2. I do have a lot of other stuff going on in between work and making my train videos, so we'll see how quick these get out. Like I said, I'm going to try and push these a little bit faster than what I did originally. So I will see you in lesson 2.